Do you want to know how to be a successful parent? Well, you are not alone. There are many parents who are wondering this very thing. I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all over the world about parenting, good communication, how to build strong family bonds, child development, and education, all through the lens of the principle self-government. And in this video, we're talking about being successful in our parenting. In this video, we're going to talk about some of the common struggles that parents face and some of their deep desires that they hope they can accomplish. We're going to discuss the 3 C's for effective parenting, and I'm going to share with you a story about a real family who's had success transformation. Let's talk about some of those common struggles that you might be facing or other people that you're working with might be facing in their parenting. Some common things that parents face is they get frustrated with their own inability to stay calm. They feel like they're a failure and they don't know how to overcome that. How can I stop being so angry? How can I overcome these big, deep emotions that I have? And I know the world around us is telling us, well, we need to feel our emotions. We need to name our emotions. We need to embrace our emotions. That's part of what makes us human. True, let's not shame ourselves, okay? But should we feel remorse sometimes when we actually emotionally manipulate another person or when we just unload on another person? We probably should feel some remorse. And if you're feeling that right now, that's actually healthy and okay. Now, to tell yourself you're a bad person, that's not healthy or okay, and that's called shame, and we don't want to go to that place. But if you know you need help with your parenting, and you're willing to put in the effort to change yourself, that's a good thing. That means you're actually in a good place. And I'm pretty sure that for most parents, their deep desire is to do the very best job at their parenting that they can. That they want their children to feel close to them. They want to feel bonded with them. They want to know that they can teach them and guide them and direct them. And you know what? The children are thinking, I want my parents to lead me and guide me and correct me and teach me all the things that I need to know. That's what they want too, even though, they also want to just play and have fun and not have responsibilities sometimes. But inside they know that they're lost if they don't get that training and teaching from their parents. So we need to make sure that we do that for them. What else might we be worried about in our parenting besides just ourselves and our own, inability? Maybe we don't think we have the skills. Maybe we don't think we can learn the skills. We see other parents and we think, how did they do that? How did they stay calm? How did they know what to say right then? I don't know what to say. I can't think in the moment. I'm in the wrong part of my brain. Did you know that when you are in your midbrain, you only have about 40% ability to think and to problem solve? That's the emotional part of your brain. That's the worry and stress part of your brain. Did you know that when you get all the way to back brain and you are like drama has set in, you're the victim or you're the aggressor or you're totally at full stress, full capacity, you have maybe 10% ability to think. It's only when you're in full front brain that you have the full 100% ability to do your thinking. And so it's no wonder that many parents end up not feeling like they know what to say or what to think or what to do in the moment when their child is going out of control, because they're probably thinking, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, stop. How do we stop this? I don't like this. They don't like this. What do I do? And they feel like they have to control the other person. Instead of remembering you can't ever control another person, you have to help them learn how to control themselves. And that's the best thing that you could be teaching right at that moment. So if you have the right words to say, then everything can change for you. So when we're talking about planning ahead of time, being proactive in our parenting, then that means we teach our children the skills that they need for success. So if you've subscribed to this channel, you already know that I teach the 4 basic skills of self-government. There's 5 teaching styles. There's 3 meetings. There's problem-solving exercises. I teach my children ahead of time exactly how we're going to solve our problems, communicate, those types of things. And that even goes for corrections. So I'm going to teach my children ahead of time exactly the words that I will say when I correct them. And I'm going to make sure that I do those corrections when they are needed as well. So C number 1 is correction. Okay, so we need to make sure that we are correcting the things when they need to be corrected, and our children know that that will happen. Then C number 2 is consistency. Make sure that we actually do those corrections when they are needed, that we don't shy away from them, get lazy, feel like, oh, I've already corrected this before. Clearly, it's not getting better. Usually when we're not consistent, it's because we're actually giving ourselves excuses for why we shouldn't behave the way that we had planned to begin with. Or maybe we're just feeling insecure in our parenting. If we're not feeling super confident in our parenting, that's another C. I guess we could throw that in there as a fourth C. We haven't even got to the third one yet. We'll get there. But our confidence actually really comes into play and develops more when we are consistent, when we follow through and do our corrections, do our pre-teaching and our praising, all of those teaching moments that we need to be doing when they are needed. So follow through is going to be huge. You'll also be able to look yourself in the face. You'll be able to know, I did it right. If you made a plan and then you followed through with that plan, that makes all the difference in your own ability, in your own confidence. The third C is connection. So did you know that even when you're in the act of correcting your child, that you should feel close to them? You should actually feel closer to your child during and after a correction or a teaching interaction than you even did before. And that's because you're both living your roles. They're learning, you're teaching, and you're able to talk openly about things and non-emotionally, so you're not taking things personally. Suddenly, these interactions actually feel safe instead of feeling like attacks or things that we should be worried about. We can choose to have calmness in our corrections and in our interactions with our children. Calmness is a fifth C. I guess there's more than 3. You got 2 bonus C's today that are going to help you with those corrections. And I want to explain how these C's of good parenting and good self-government are actually going to make a difference in your parenting. So here's a story for you. My friend Jessica was raising her children all by herself as a single mom. She was struggling, not feeling like she had any backup. She had every excuse in the world not to be good at parenting. Her ex-husband was trying to sabotage her parenting. She was a very emotional person, very empathic, would read people emotionally all the time. So she felt like she needed to understand everybody's emotions. And this made it so that it was difficult for her to be calm in her parenting because she would often dive into the emotional pit with her children and everybody else by fighting and engaging in arguments. She also was raised by parents who were very combative and argumentative. This was difficult for her. Her children were not responding well. And she had no backup or support to help her, someone to take over when the parenting seemed like it was getting hard. So finally she decided, you know what, I can't just have all these excuses anymore. I've got to learn something to help me. She was searching around online. She found this channel. She started watching videos about self-government parenting. And then she took the TSG parenting course, which is on my website, teachingselfgovernment.com. And she took that course. She even felt like she needed even more help after that and went to the 3-day parenting mastery training. After she did those things, she was not the same person. She could see the situations through a logical, calm, self-governed lens. She was able to keep herself in control and not even feel like she was not giving her feelings and her emotions enough attention. She realized that she couldn't go her whole life thinking, but what am I feeling about this? She needed to decide to just be the teacher and live her role, and that was okay and good enough. And everything changed for her. In fact, the bond with her children increased so much that instead of asking to go to dad's house when they didn't get their way, they started hugging and saying thank you to their moms for correcting them. How beautiful is that? Her transformation empowered her. Her calmness, her ability to connect and correct and be consistent, those 3 C's, ended up helping her get the relationships that she needed with her children. And even if those relationships wouldn't have come so quickly, it helped her develop patience and trust in the process that she was living. I'd like to give you some more information about being successful in your parenting. So the next video that I recommend that you watch, which by the way also gives you something for free, a free gift, is called What is the Most Successful Parenting Style? Click on the link to that video next. I'll see you there.